about how we look at it. One of my favorite stories is a story about this great African king. And this king had this servant who was he was more than just a servant. He was like this really close friend. And this servant went with him everywhere, did everything with him. And his servant had this infectiously positive attitude that no matter what happened in life, the servant's response was always, "This is good. This is very good." And one day they were hunting, and they were finished with the hunt, and they were unloading the gun. And as the servant was unloading the gun discharged. And it just so happened that the king's thumb was like over the barrel, and it blew his thumb off. And the king was furious. He's like, "Look what you've done. How stupid could you be? You blew my thumb off. Look what you did." And guess what the servant said? "You're right." He said, "This is good. This is very good." And the king said, "This is not good. My thumb is missing. How could you say that?" He was so angry. He had this faithful friend thrown in prison. A year later, he's back out hunting. And this day when he's out hunting, he falls on into this, he's captured by this tribe of cannibals. And they're about ready to eat this guy. And just before they get ready to cook him and eat him, they notice that he's got a thumb missing. And they have this superstition that you can't eat anything that's not whole or complete. So they let him go. And immediately he realizes, oh my word, my servant was right. He was filled with guilt and remorse. He went back to the prison. He got him out. He said, "I don't know how I can ask for forgiveness." And he told him what happened. He said, "I was so foolish. I'm so sorry for what I did." And the servant, true to form, you know what he said? He said, "This is good. This is very good." And the king said, "How could you say this is good? You've been in prison for a year." And he looked back at the king and he said, "King, if you hadn't put me in prison, I'd have been with you." Think about that for a little bit. Some of you are a little slow on the take. It's all about your attitude. One of my favorite quotes by James Allen. James Allen writes this: "A man is literally what he thinks." This comes from his classic, As a Man Thinketh. His character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. As a plant springs from and could not be without the seed, so every act of a man springs from the hidden seeds of thought and could not have appeared without them. Talk to me about your inner game. Talk to me about the narrative running inside your mind. As Henry Ford said, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. In so many ways, our lives become our own self-fulfilling prophecies simply by the thoughts that we think. Hey, thanks again for watching today's video. And before you go to the bottom of the screen, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you go to billcoxcoaching.com. Sign up for our regular newsletter to help you move from success to significance and lead your life in such a way that you live a legacy. Have a great day.